Hezbollah, which means the Party of God in Arabic, is a Shia Islamist political party and paramilitary group in Lebanon. For some, it is a legitimate political organization and a resistance movement. They have their own radio station, TV channel, football team, Boy Scouts, and even a bank. Hezbollah also has a very well-equipped military force that is even stronger than the Lebanese army. It has been designated as a terrorist organization by 23 countries and 3 international organizations. To understand the origins of Hezbollah, we need to go back to the Lebanese Civil War. Lebanon has a very diverse population, including Christians, Sunni Muslims, Shia Muslims, Druze, and many others. This religious diversity created tensions between different groups over political power and representation. In 1975, these tensions led to the Lebanese Civil War. Lebanon borders Syria and Israel, and both countries intervened in Lebanon during the Civil War. For Israel, Lebanon was crucial, because the Palestine Liberation Organization started using southern Lebanon as a base after being expelled from Jordan in 1970. PLO began launching attacks on Israel from the region, and in response to the PLO attacks, Israel invaded southern Lebanon twice, in 1978 and in 1982. Israel wanted to expel the PLO from Lebanon. This led to a 22-year Israeli occupation of southern Lebanon. PLO was expelled to Tunisia, but this created a power vacuum in the region. At the same time, another important event was happening in the Middle East. In Iran, a revolution overthrew the Shah in 1979, and religious leader Ayatollah Khomeini returned from exile to establish a Shia Islamic Republic. Iran wanted to export the Islamic Revolution and saw an opportunity to support the Shiite population in Lebanon. Iran sent revolutionary guards to Lebanon to help organize and train militants. With Iran's support, Hezbollah emerged as a new Shia militia and political movement opposing Israel. The group emerged in 1982 after the Israeli invasion, but their official foundation date is 1985. The group's initial goals included the expulsion of Israeli forces from Lebanon, the end of Western influence in the region, and the establishment of an Islamic government in Lebanon. Hezbollah quickly became known for its resistance operations against Israeli forces and their allies in southern Lebanon. They carried out suicide bombings, including the attacks on the US Embassy and the US Marine Barracks in Beirut in 1983. The Lebanese Civil War ended in 1990 with the Taif Agreement. Under this agreement, every militia group had to disband. But since southern Lebanon was still under Israeli occupation, Hezbollah justified its continued armed presence as necessary for the liberation of Lebanese territories occupied by Israel. In 1992, Hassan Nasrallah became the leader of Hezbollah after Israel killed Abbas al-Musawi. The same year, Hezbollah entered the Lebanese parliament in the first election since the civil war. In the 1990s, Hezbollah carried out terrorist attacks outside the Middle East. But back in Lebanon, Hezbollah established a network of social services, including schools, hospitals, and welfare programs, primarily in Shia-majority areas. These services helped Hezbollah gain support among the Lebanese population and increase influence. In 1997, Hezbollah was designated as a terrorist organization by the United States. The Drug Enforcement Administration of the US launched Project Cassandra, which was an investigation that targeted Hezbollah's global drug trafficking and money laundering operations. The leader of Hezbollah denied any links between the South American drug trade and Hezbollah. In the year 2000, Hezbollah achieved a significant victory when Israel withdrew its forces from southern Lebanon. This was seen as a major success for Hezbollah, and the event was a key moment in the organization's rise as a powerful political and military force in the region. In 2005, former Prime Minister Rafik Hariri was killed in a car bomb explosion in Beirut. His assassination sparked widespread protests and led to the Cedar Revolution, calling for an end to Syrian influence in Lebanon. The United Nations investigated the murder and claimed Hezbollah was behind the killing. However, Hezbollah denied involvement. After the protests, Syria, who is a close ally of Hezbollah, withdrew its troops from Lebanon by April 2005. Next year, one of the most significant events in Hezbollah's history, the 2006 Lebanon war with Israel, broke out. The conflict began after Hezbollah conducted a cross-border raid, capturing 2 Israeli soldiers. Israel responded with a massive military offensive that caused great destruction in Lebanon. Both Israel and Hezbollah claimed victory, and Hezbollah emerged from the conflict with more prestige in the Arab world for its ability to resist the Israeli military. In 2008, Lebanon experienced a serious conflict when the pro-Western Lebanese government tried to shut down Hezbollah's private communication network. Hezbollah saw this as a direct threat and took control of parts of Beirut. For a few days, There was intense fighting between Hezbollah fighters and the government's forces. The fighting ended when both sides agreed to a ceasefire. This deal gave Hezbollah more political influence in the government. 3 years later, in 2011, the Syrian Civil War broke out. Hezbollah began supporting the Syrian government led by Bashar al-Assad. Hezbollah fought in many battles against opposition groups. Their military support helped turn the tide in favor of Assad's forces in several key areas. By supporting the Syrian regime, Hezbollah aimed to maintain its influence in Lebanon and preserve its supply lines to Iran and the broader Shia axis. They also wanted to counteract Sunni extremist groups in the region. Since the Israeli invasion of Gaza began in 2023, Hezbollah and Israel have been clashing alongside the Israeli-Lebanese border. As I make this video in 2024, Israel and Hezbollah are currently on the edge of a war. We will see what will happen next. Thanks for watching. If you want me to cover any topics about history, geography, or politics, please leave your comments below. I will see you guys in the next video.